Hello, and welcome to the premiere of a brand new show here on Talon Television. We call it Gio's View. I'm Gio Battaglia.
I'm Madison Scott.
I'm Antonina Tortorello.
We will be covering the latest news in music and entertainment, and I will be serving as your moderator. Up first, Nicki Minaj is defending former member of Little Mix, Jessie Nelson, amid blackfishing accusations from current member Lee Ann Pinnock in the music video for Minaj's and Nelson's recent collaboration titled Boys. Nelson told Minaj on Instagram Live, "The whole time I was in Little Mix, I never got any of that accusations. And then I came out of the band and people all of a sudden were saying it. But I mean, like, I love black culture. I love black music. That's all I know. It's what I grew up on." So my question for you ladies, what are your thoughts on the situation and what is the severity that should come with blackfishing and cultural appropriation for these celebrities? Antonina, let's start with you.
Yeah, so I think that this is not a new thing. I feel like all the time celebrities get accused of blackfishing and cultural appropriation, which I feel like is obviously such a big topic and it is important. So we need to hold them accountable if they are.
Maddie, thoughts for you?
Yeah, I feel like especially since it's not just like fans of the show coming out and saying this, it's like other members of the band, black members of the band saying that they're offended by this and saying that she's blackfishing and stuff. So I feel like with her having black people telling her that she is blackfishing, she should maybe stop defending herself and really just take a step back and listen. And yeah, like I said, or like you said, like holding them accountable, that's the biggest thing. I mean, they have these huge platforms. They're talking to so many people. If you're not holding them accountable for the wrong things that they're doing, they're just showing everyone else that it's okay to do that kind of stuff.
So Nicki Minaj was liking some tweets going against the band. Do you think she should have kept her nose out of it, or do you think that she had a right in kind of siding with Nelson about these accusations? Antonina?
Yeah, I mean, you can defend her if you want, but at the end of the day, I don't know if it really is your place. Like Jessie said, she loves black culture, she loves black music, but at the end of the day, that isn't her culture. So I feel like Maddie said, if your band members are saying that about you, you should probably take a step back, and Nicki Minaj too should probably address the whole situation and look at it clearly instead of just defending her because they have a music video together.
Maddie?
Yeah, I mean, it's social media. Obviously, people are going to get involved. People are going to like tweets and stuff. I mean, there's two sides to every story, so Nicki probably only knows the one side, whereas the members of the band know their side. And so, I don't know, everyone, it's social media. You can put whatever you want out there. So I'm not surprised that Nicki is like doing that because, like I said, it's social media. People put their opinions out there, and so I guess it's just for everyone else to decide what opinion they agree with.
How do you think this compares to someone that's more known? Like, I remember back a few years ago, Adele posted a picture and she had like, I don't know what it was exactly, but it was like cornrows in her hair, and a lot of people got mad at that, saying she was doing cultural appropriation. Do you think that there's like a future for Nelson's career? I mean, she's kind of starting on her solo career, and Little Mix isn't that big here. So do you think this is going to taint her career from the start?
I think that it could definitely like hinder her career if she handles it the wrong way. If she handles it the right way and like steps back and is like, okay, yes, maybe I am appropriating this culture and I'm going to change, and then changes. I think we as like a culture and a community kind of see that, and then we could not like end her career, if that makes sense. I don't know like exactly.
Yeah, it's all like cancel culture. Everyone's getting canceled left and right. People don't actually get canceled. They'll get canceled for like a month and then people are loving them again. So it's really just kind of, I think whatever Jessie does after this point, because like you were saying, like she's not a huge known name, and so already now kind of depending on what she does after this will probably, like you said, determine her future in it. But I don't necessarily think that this means that she will have no future at all.
Awesome, awesome. Also in the news, recently on The Masked Singer, the cupcake from Group B popped off with singing Finesse by Bruno Mars. Take a look. Cupcake was sadly eliminated to a surprising reveal of who was under the mask. It was Grammy-winning singer and songwriter Ruth Pointer, for a little spoiler alert. Kat is joining us to discuss The Masked Singer, and who else do you think is going to be revealed this season?
I'm really hoping for the Caterpillar to be revealed soon. I've been seeing them singing about, and I'm loving the songs this season, but a big thing I love about The Masked Singer is that all these celebs come out to be revealed, and you don't really ever know that they could even sing or had all this talent. And it's really fun to get to know them on a different personal level. Because I feel like singing, it's a part of yourself and that you're just giving out to the world. Very personal.
Antonina, you watched The Masked Singer as well. What are you loving about the season?
Yes, I have seen every season since season 1. It's like something like me and my family, we always sit down and watch together. So like it's kind of special to me. It's weird, but I love the show. And I've loved some of the reveals this season, like Larry the Cable Guy, spoiler alert. But he has pipes, like he can sing, and I never knew that. And it's just really cool, like seeing other sides of talents that the celebrities have that you would never know that they had.
So how does a celebrity, I'm not familiar with the show, how does a celebrity get revealed? Like, how do they get to that point in the show?
So I think that it's an audience poll. They like vote, it like shows them voting on a phone. So that is how the audience perceives it. Maybe that's not actually how they get eliminated, but that's how they tell you that they get eliminated.
Gotcha. Does it compare, how do you think it compares to a show like The Voice? Do you think it just adds like that fun element where it's not like so competition-esque or?
It has a sense of mystery and like you keep wanting to watch it because you want to keep finding out like, oh, is this going to be my favorite celeb? Like it sounds like them, and like there's like hints and like clues, and it's like a fun little game too. And it's just, they're huge characters that they create, and it's very appealing to watch.
Awesome, I might have to start watching it. Also in the news, Demi Lovato is advocating for extraterrestrials, saying the term alien is now derogatory. They said in an interview, I really think that if there was anything out there that would want to do that to us, it would have happened by now, they said. I think that the world is becoming a more open place, slowly but surely. I think that we're making progress and we're slowly getting there. Kat, we'll start with you. Do you think this is an issue that needs to be addressed? Do you think Demi is right? How do you feel about this?
I definitely think that as human beings, we should all make and be aware that we're all feeling comfortable and not making everyone feel less of themselves, and calling people by their right names and terminology in every single way.
Antonina, what about you?
I feel like they are trying to advocate for like illegal, I don't know if we really explained why they said that alien was derogatory, because of illegal immigrants and referring to them as illegal aliens. So I do understand, like Kat said, where they're coming from, but I think that we should probably change what we're calling immigrants instead of what we're calling aliens, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I think that definitely this is getting a different light because of the way that it was worded. I also think because of some choices that Demi Lovato has made in the past about issues that they felt is important, that it's kind of being made a mockery of. Would you agree with that?
I do agree. I feel like at this point, Demi is, we all grew up with them. We all know who they are. So I think them changing a lot and becoming such a different person, there's a lot of story behind that, and there's a lot of people that are going to question it if they don't agree and just blow all things that they say, not out of proportion, but like a bigger deal than what is intended to be of it.
Yeah, I think definitely after the frozen yogurt incident, I don't know if you guys saw that trending on TikTok when they were talking about frozen yogurt flavor that they couldn't get in the store and how it really like ruined their day. I think that's when any news from Demi, I think the general public is going to not take so seriously.
It's definitely hard to take what they said, or a better way to say it would be what they have done in the past makes it hard for us to kind of take them serious. And I would like to wonder, like, if they never did any things and any of the social media never came out, and what they've done in the past, I wonder if they would be taken more serious now.
Mm-hmm. Someone else making some controversial headlines is Kim Kardashian West. She hosted SNL this past Saturday and made jabs at her family as well as the O.J. Simpson case. Take a look.
Following in my father's footsteps. Now, You know, my father was and still is such an influence and inspiration to me, and I credit him with really opening up my eyes to racial injustice. It's because of him that I met my first black person. Want to take a stab in the dark at who it was? I know it's sort of weird to remember the first black person you met, but OJ does leave a mark. Or several. Or none at all. I still don't know. Listen, I'm an influencer, so I understand that.
Nicole Brown's sister said the jokes made were beyond inappropriate. So Maddie, do you think that comedy has become too sensitive, or did Kim Kardashian go too far with this?
No, I mean, I understand where the Simpson family is coming from with this. I mean, Nicole Simpson was murdered, brutally murdered. It was one of the biggest murder cases ever. But then again, like with that being said, this is also Kim's trauma. She was also very, very young. Her dad was like one of the lead attorneys on the case. It got so much attention, and her mom was her mom's best friend was the murder victim, and then her dad was defending his best friend who was on trial for this girl's murder. So I understand like comedy could also be a way that like Kim and the other Kardashians use to cope with it, because it is their trauma. They were very young when all of this took place. But at the same time, like, excuse me, SNL is such a huge platform so for like Kim to go on there and make jabs at it like this and make jokes about it like that, it makes a mockery of it. It's like kind of insensitive. So I see where Nicole Simpson's family would be upset, and I feel like that's where that like miscommunication happened, and Kim probably should have went to Nicole Simpson's family first and been like, are you guys comfortable with this? Because maybe that's how she copes with her trauma, but at the same time, that could be very insensitive for them, especially because it is like on SNL, and it's not just like in the comfort of her own home with her own friends. Like you're making a mockery of a murder in front of millions of people. So I understand why people would be upset by that.
Kat, what did you think of her monologue?
Oh, I definitely understand as well. But I do always remember that in the past, this kind of topic has always been joked about a lot. I remember an episode from Family Guy where there was just some things about like joking around how OJ like killed and like did actually murdered. And this isn't the first time it's ever seen where these kind of jokes were made.
Do you think it adds more of a personal element because the Kardashians were so involved with the case?
Yeah,
Maddie?
that's what I was going to say. That's why I think this is different, rather than like what you were saying, like the Family Guy making fun of it. I think since Kim was such a big part of it, like she was there with the family, she saw everything happen firsthand. I think that's probably why the family is like, wow, like it's kind of like harsh for you of all people to be cracking jokes about this on national TV rather than it being like someone who isn't involved. Obviously, the public's going to do what they want to do, and with social media, people on TV, everyone's going to have their own opinions. They're going to make fun of what they want to make fun of. But I feel like that's probably why Nicole Simpson's family and her sister is so upset, because having it be from Kim and not just like some random people in Family Guy, like it's actually someone they know and who was involved. And so I think that's where like the miscommunication happened. I mean, I don't think Kim's like an awful person for this. When I first saw that, I didn't really think anything of it. But then when things came out later where people were upset, I mean, I understand why. But at the same time, like I said, that's Kim's trauma too. Like I'm sure that's how she was just coping with it. I don't think any negative intent was meant to come out of this, or there was any negative intent behind it. But I don't know. It's SNL. SNL's known for making comedy things like that make people uncomfortable, and so I think she was just doing what she was supposed to.
What do you guys think the future of comedy is going to look like for shows like SNL? And Netflix is getting into some heat for Dave Chappelle's specials that have been kind of throwing jabs at the LGBT community. What do you guys think the comedy of future is looking like? Do you think it's going to be too sensitive and people are going to have to watch what they say more? Or do you think that the more respected alums in comedy are going to be able to get away with what they're doing? Kat, we'll start with you.
I feel like in comedy, you don't have to make fun of a specific person to be funny. There's so many other things that can make other people laugh. You don't have to keep jabbing at these people and making them uncomfortable. There's like a million other things that you could joke about.
Yeah, I feel like if you're a good comedian, then you're funny enough to make jokes that aren't offending anyone. So I don't think it's about, I mean, I don't think it's people being more sensitive. I think people are just more aware and things are being talked about. And if it offends someone, then it's offending them for a reason. And if you're that good of a comedian, then you can figure out how to go about making jokes that don't offend other people. So I don't know. I feel like nothing about it is going to change too much other than people are just going to have to be more aware and educate themselves. I think it's holding these comedians accountable to taking those steps to educate themselves about things that maybe they didn't know before. And it's making people be more socially aware, I would say.
Well, we will definitely have to see the future of SNL and more comedy specials. That is what we have for you today. We want to know your views, so let us know on our Twitter at Talon Television, and we will see you next week. Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Bye.